Have you ever wondered what secrets lie buried in the past? Not treasures of gold, but secrets held by men and women in a war fought with whispers. This was a time when a simple piece of wood could hold more power than a bomb, and a quiet conversation could change history. We think we know the stories of the Cold War, spies, standoffs, and brinkmanship, but some stories remain in the shadows, locked away, waiting for someone to find the key. The Cold War was a conflict unlike any other. A tense standoff between the United States and the Soviet Union. There were no grand armies clashing, just a battle of intelligence, of trying to know what the other side was planning. Every secret was a weapon, every piece of information, a shield. In this silent war, methods of sending messages and moving materials had to be invisible. Spies couldn't just send a letter or make a call, every line was watched, so they found new ways, using the mundane, to hide the extraordinary. This is where our story begins, with one of the most secret methods ever devised. It was known only by a simple, unassuming codename, the lumber method. The name itself sounds plain, almost boring. And that was the point. In a world where everything was scrutinized, the best place to hide a secret was in plain sight. This method was born from necessity, a brilliant solution to a dangerous problem. How do you move sensitive items across borders, watched day and night? You hide them in something as common as a truckload of timber. And so, the silent war found its most unlikely weapon, a piece of wood. To understand why such a method was needed, we have to go back in time. After World War II, the world was split in two, the United States and its allies on one side, the Soviet Union and its partners on the other. This was not just a division of territory, but of ideas and ways of life. The Iron Curtain separated East from West, creating two worlds locked in suspicion. Both superpowers built massive arsenals, but knew a direct war would be catastrophic. So, they fought in other ways, competing for influence, racing to space, and above all, spying relentlessly. Knowing the enemy's secrets was the key to survival. Life in this divided world was filled with fear and uncertainty. In places like Berlin, families were separated, and the threat of conflict was always present. This atmosphere of distrust was the perfect breeding ground for espionage. Spies operated in the shadows, gathering intelligence and trying to outsmart their opponents. The need to protect secrets and uncover the enemies led to incredible innovation. In this tense environment, creativity and espionage flourished. Out of this crucible of secrecy, the lumber method was born. The name appears only in a handful of redacted documents, no official manual, no public record. All we have are whispers, fragments pieced together by historians. The method is believed to have been developed by a Western agency in the late 1950s to move high-value assets across the Eastern Bloc. It involved hiding things inside ordinary pieces of wood, not just carving a hole, but using specialized tools to hollow out logs from the inside, leaving the exterior untouched. The process was so precise that the wood could withstand inspections, even drilling, without revealing its secret. Lumber was a common commodity, transported in massive quantities. Impossible to inspect every log. The lumber method became a symbol of Cold War ingenuity, hiding the extraordinary inside the ordinary. The core principle behind the lumber method was hiding in plain sight. Spies understood that we overlooked the familiar. A pile of wood draws no attention. Lumber was chosen because it was everywhere, the perfect camouflage. This strategy wasn't unique. Agencies hid secrets in coins, toothpaste tubes, even shoe heels. The goal, make the secret object blend in so perfectly it would never arouse suspicion. A piece of lumber's journey, from forest to mill to construction site, crossed borders and hands, providing opportunities to insert or retrieve hidden packages. An agent could prepare a special log at a mill, and another could intercept it hundreds of miles away. Border guards are trained to look for anomalies, but a truck full of pine logs looks exactly as it should. By embracing the ordinary, spies bypassed even the strictest security. The greatest secrets moved freely, hidden by utter normality. The mundane became the perfect disguise. Creating these hidden compartments required incredible skill. The people who prepared the hollow logs were master craftsmen, woodworkers, engineers, sworn to secrecy. Their workshops were more like high-tech labs than carpentry shops. They selected the perfect log, hollowed it out with surgical precision and maintained its structural integrity. The real genius was in sealing the log, using the original wood core, special glues, and blending the seam into the grain. Sometimes, they even replicated natural imperfections to make the seal invisible. This level of craftsmanship was a hallmark of Cold War tradecraft. The men and women who did this work were unsung heroes, their handiwork crucial in the silent war of secrets. Their names may never be known, but their legacy endures. Why go to such extraordinary lengths? Because the Cold War was a relentless game of shadows. The KGB and Stasi created vast surveillance states. Getting information in or out was dangerous. A single piece of intelligence could change the balance of power. For the West, learning about a new Soviet missile was vital. For the East, uncovering a Western spy could shift the game. Methods of collection and transport were as important as the information itself. Secrecy was the foundation of all intelligence operations. Agencies like the CIA and MI6 constantly developed new techniques, while the KGB worked to defeat them. The lumber method was one move in this grand chess match. Techniques had to evolve. What was safe one year might be compromised the next. On any day, secrets might move in a hollow coin, a diplomatic pouch, or a shipment of lumber. The diversity of methods kept the silent war alive. The success of the lumber method depended on absolute secrecy. If the other side discovered the technique, it could become a deadly trap. The KGB could intercept shipments, replace documents with fakes, or capture agents. That's why such methods were protected by layers of security. Few knew the full operation. Craftsmen didn't know the agents, and agents didn't know the craftsmen. This compartmentalization ensured that if one part was compromised, the whole network wasn't exposed. Even the existence of the method was a closely guarded secret. In espionage, information is power, and you don't share power unless you must. This culture of secrecy became deeply ingrained, operating in shadows, trusting no one completely. The lives of agents and the security of nations depended on keeping secrets. Even today, decades later, information about methods like this remains classified. Revealing details could expose techniques still in use or put people at risk. Some secrets are simply too valuable to reveal. The Cold War ended with the collapse of the Soviet Union, but the secrets didn't all come out. Many files remain locked away in government vaults, the lumber method among them. Why keep these secrets now? To protect sources and methods. Even if the method isn't used today, revealing it could give adversaries clues about how agencies operate. Intelligence agencies prefer to keep opponents guessing. Mystery itself is a deterrent. Another reason, protecting individuals. The craftsmen, agents, and defectors were promised anonymity. Revealing their identities could have unforeseen consequences even decades later. Some secrets are kept out of habit and caution. The world is still dangerous. Alliances shift, and new threats emerge. Information that seems harmless today could become sensitive tomorrow. Bureaucracies are naturally cautious. It's often safer to keep a file locked away. So, the full story of Cold War secrets may remain untold for years to come. What is it about these Cold War mysteries that still captures our imagination? They remind us that history is more than dates and facts. It's a tapestry of human drama, courage, and ingenuity, much of it hidden in the shadows. The Cold War was a drama played out in whispers, not on battlefields. The idea that a simple piece of wood could carry vital secrets speaks to our capacity for innovation. These unsolved mysteries leave room for our imagination. Because we don't know the full story, we can wonder about the craftsmen, the agents, and the secrets they carried. The gaps in the record become a space for us to explore and appreciate the complexity of this silent war. The secrets that remain locked away remind us that the world is a mysterious place. They honor the quiet courage of those who served in the shadows. The legend of the lumber method endures, a symbol of the silent, secret world whose echoes we can still hear, if we listen closely.